I was born with a unique gift or perhaps a curse, the ability to manifest pain. If anyone tries to play the victim or fake an injury in my presence, their hollow lies become a devastating reality. The phantom pain they pretend to feel is instantly magnified and turned against them, leaving their body to bear the full weight of their deception. I remember a girl once tried to frame me by faking a fall. As she wailed for sympathy, her body suddenly buckled under the weight of a very real, agonizing injury. Then there was the scammer who threw himself in front of my car, screaming about a broken spine. Seconds later, his back actually gave out, leaving him truly incapacitated in the middle of the road. Eventually, people learned to keep their distance. No one dared to put on an act around me until the day I became the fiancée of Julian, a world-renowned medical prodigy, as part of a high-stakes family merger. Our engagement gala was the height of luxury, attended by every prominent figure in the city. Just as we were about to exchange rings, the heavy doors were flung open with desperate force. A girl in a flowing white dress stumbled in, looking as fragile as a wilted lily. This was Monica. She clutched her stomach, her face pale under the gaze of hundreds of guests, and lunged for Julian's sleeve. Tears streamed down her face like pearls, and her forehead was slick with a cold sweat. "Julian, I think the cancer is back," she gasped. "It hurts so much. Please, help me." The elegance of the ballroom vanished into a suffocating silence. I watched her, a cold smile tugging at the corners of my mouth. Late-stage stomach cancer? That was interesting, considering I'd seen her on social media just yesterday, indulging in a massive feast. And yet, here she was today, supposedly at death's door. To my surprise, Julian's composed facade shattered instantly. Without a second thought, he brushed my hand aside and rushed to support the trembling Monica. She sank into his arms, looking as though her very life was slipping away. "Julian, I didn't want to ruin your happiness," she whispered, her voice a mere thread. "But the pain is unbearable. I just wanted to see you one last time." It was a masterful performance. I saw several guests in the audience dabbing at their eyes, moved by her tragedy. Julian's eyes grew red with emotion. He ripped off the engagement ring, the symbol of our union, and tossed it onto the table like a piece of junk. "Serafina, Monica's condition is critical. The engagement is off." He didn't even offer an apology. He moved to carry her out, but I stood my ground, calmly raising my glass of champagne. My voice was steady and ice cold. "I just did a quick assessment of her condition," I said, "and it turns out, the pain she's describing is finally real." I looked Monica in the eye. "Since you love playing the martyr so much, I've decided to give you the lead role. Every cell in your body has just embraced the lie you told. I've amplified the sensation tenfold. You're going to feel every bit of the agony you're faking." Julian stopped in his tracks, his gaze dark and menacing. "Serafina, how can you be so cruel as to curse a dying woman?" As the words left his mouth, a blood-curdling scream shattered the crystal chandeliers. Monica thrashed out of his arms and collapsed onto the floor, curling into a tight ball. She looked like a creature in total torment, clutching her abdomen as her white dress was soaked through with sweat in seconds. She rolled hysterically across the cold marble, her head thrashing against the floor. "It hurts. Make it stop," she shrieked. "My stomach. It's like it's on fire." Her cries were raw and guttural, her fingernails leaving desperate marks on her own skin as she clawed at the source of the pain. Julian, now terrified, dropped to his knees, trying in vain to hold her down. In the throes of that unbearable agony, Monica lost all reason. She lunged forward, sinking her teeth into Julian's wrist. He winced, sweat breaking out on his own brow, but he refused to let go. He looked up at me, his eyes burning with fury. "Serafina, what did you do to her?" I stood there, poised and elegant, looking down at them with total indifference. "She's the one who claimed to be terminally ill,